I wanted to make a video, just a very, very quick video, hopefully. A very, very quick video to just kind of confirm, I want to say, or re-emphasize the song that I just came out with. Everything that I put into that song is absolute truth. Take it as it is. Take it as what I said that it was in the song, because all of it is true. It has nothing to do with completely shutting everybody out to the point of me compromising what I want to create and share. Now, the song didn't say I'm not open to any opinions at all. The song said that I'm open to opinions, but I will not let them impact me, and I will not let them break me in a way that would get to me, in a way that would compromise what I want to produce. But I'm open to comments and I'm open to what you have to say. That's the message of the song. And I should pull up the lyrics to explain just a little bit more of what the song was saying. Again, very, very to emphasize that thing. So, I'm not going to interpret the lyrics. I'm just going to give you the main themes of the messages from the lyrics and presenting it to you like I'm talking to you. When I am wrong, if I should get something wrong, this is the first lyric. When I should get something wrong, if I say something wrong, or if I say something in the wrong way, or if I do something wrong, then I am very, very self-aware. I will be aware of that on my own, and I will only correct it and fix it if I think it's a problem. Not because any of you are telling me that it is a problem, that it is wrong, that it needs to be fixed, that I am wrong. The whole thing about me being um, you know, wrong is something that has to do with just me saying things in the moment. It comes out in the moment. I want to emphasize it in the moment because I feel strongly about it, because I want to express it. And I may look back going, that's wrong. But I'm not going to get into the criticism of that. And I am not going to, um, let you tell me things that I already know if I find it wrong, or I say something wrong and I felt passionate about it in the moment. Like I felt passionate that I wanted to express it, and you say that it's wrong. No, the lyric says it very, very clearly. I don't care what you think, even though it may be wrong. The truth is that when I make my videos, I express my authentic self, how I am at the time. I express who I am truly, authentically at the time. And the thing about that is, I will change my mind. I may contradict myself. Um, I may contradict myself, say something like promise something and do something else. I'm only saying that because I feel pride and I want to say that. It's no guarantee that I'm going to do it because that's an obligation. That's me confining my life to the promise that I made to you when I want to do something else, and then I change my mind and I don't want to do it anymore, and I want to do something else. So Um, you know, I may be one way at the time. I may be in a certain, mood or say certain things or be in a certain frame of mind that kind of puts out, my, what I say and mindset and have a certain opinion and strong, maybe passionate feeling about things. And, a- and, that is how I am at the time. And let me tell you, if anyone comments under my video something negative, something very, very critical to the point of me taking it personally, you know what I'll do? I will simply put a link, just a link down in that comments so that you can see the song and you can hear what I have to say. That's what I'll do. It's just a link. No, no words, no explanation, just a simple link so that they're inclined to be, oh, curious. What is this link? I'm going to click on it and then hear it. And then I think that then if that should happen, if somebody should, be, negative or whatever, then the message will be clear by that point. And they will not do what they did again. They will learn from that. You will not take away all that I do, as the song says, and steal all that is who I am and who I want to express. Like that's, I never cater to followers. I never cater to you to begin with. It's like, when you start and you get the ball rolling, then you get comments, then you end up, doing what the comments are saying, like you should do this or you should do that. And it takes away from you being who you want to be, your authentic self, and producing the content that you want to produce in the way that you want to produce it. So all that is mine, all that I create, you will not take that away from me as clearly what I'm saying here. So again, I'm not just interpreting the song, I'm giving you a message to clarify it, because I feel that I should. I won't hold myself back. Like I will not do that. I don't hold myself back in my videos. You're probably gonna find that in more of my videos. If I'm feeling tired or calm or grounded that day, you're gonna see it. If I feel really passionate, enthusiastic, you're gonna hear it. Like I won't hold back the feeling that I'm feeling, and I won't try to, calm down if I feel, very, um, enthusiastic or whatever, because that will not serve me, and that has not served me. I need to set some healthy boundaries. Like I have to set some boundaries, otherwise I'm going to completely get absorbed, not observing you, but absorbing. There's a difference between observing and absorbing. I will observe you. I will not be absorbed by you. I need to set healthy boundaries with myself and what my values are, and not let the comments and everything get to me if they should be negative or, really, really critical comments, or, whatever. Again, I I have alternatives for getting, advice or, criticism, whatever. I don't want to go there. That's too confusing. Um, so I do it on my terms. I do the videos on my terms. Like, I'm saying this, and there was a guy who made a video, we need to talk, and he did like it was a tarot channel. Like he says, this is what it is. And I'm not exactly saying it the same thing, but I mean, in a way, it's kind of like me saying something along the lines of that. because even though it's not me to just bluntly say that, um, it is kind of like that, I will tell you. Now, I do want to consider your comments. I do, but I have to draw the boundary of like I'm not going to be frayed into like I'll read it, I'll observe it because I'm curious, but I will not let that interfere with the content that I produce and the way that I do it. And the next thing is kind of metaphorical here in the song. I don't need your germs. Germs, think of germs. They're things that can, hurt you, get you sick, like these metaphorical germs is what I mean. These, metaphorical um germs that are very, that you can't see, that are in the veil, I guess you want to say. I don't need the germs. I don't need to become metaphorically sick from what you say to make me sick and not make me produce the best comment, because when you're sick, you can't function as well. When you're sick, you can't do as well and operate as well and produce what you want to produce in your life as well. And so those things would make me sick if I let them get to me, and then it would impact my videos. And the next piece is a little bit personal to me. When I found that when I look at myself, like I look away. So I'll probably be doing a lot of podcasts coming back. I'm definitely into the fall, maybe doing a lot of podcast videos. Um, so so I get, very, very self-conscious. Like I see my mistakes. I see like if I were to not change into my regular clothes or not comb my hair or not say the right thing or be inappropriate or immature, so to speak, about something or call somebody out inappropriately. Like, I see myself in all that I do very, very clearly. I'm aware of that. I don't need anyone to remind me of that. I don't need anyone to remind me of all that and things I already know. So it's like a slap in the face, and that's one of my biggest pet peeves. And if you were to do that, link, click on it, hear the song. Um, okay. Not when I look at everybody else. Like again, going along with that. When I look at everybody else, I can, I'm not, self-conscious or anything. I may not even be self-conscious watching this. I don't know. But when I look at everybody else, I don't feel that way. That's simply what it's saying. Now, detachment is very, very important. I find detachment is a lesson that it has really served me in my life. Like detachment is getting away from the projections and the opinions and the feelings and the beliefs of people that tend to limit you, drain you, and make you feel less than what you want to feel, what you desire to feel. Um, and so if it ever gets to a point where there's a comment and it's just so negative, I will detach. I will not take it into consideration to the point of making it limit the content that I want to produce, making it get to me, and then affecting my comment. Like I will be, kind of, a wall in that case, and that's getting to the later part of the song that I want to explain. I need to think about myself. Like I've got to think about myself. Like, you don't come on YouTube just for followers. You come on YouTube to present the content that you want to present. I have to think about myself, honestly. Honestly. That is what works for me. That's what's true for me. I have to think about myself and what I want to produce, not getting so caught up in what you want and what you think. Because the truth is, you can't please the whole world. There's just going to be those who like it and those who don't. And that's the reality. And um, the song is not saying that, well, I don't want to go there. It's going to get contradictory, and I don't want to contradict myself. Anyway, I'm moving on. Now, if I were to feel overwhelmed or drained by the social media aspect of it, the comments aspect of it, and the opinions and everything like that, if I were to feel drained or overwhelmed, then I have to draw some boundaries and I mean, somebody suggested to me, you could always just delete comments. And I have deleted comments in the past on my original channel. But, there was there was a whole time where I was getting all these negative comments, making fun of me and, doing all that. And one by one, I deleted them. And then I made a post about it. And then a family member said, bullies are these insecure people who don't, know how to take responsibility and they project it on others. Like, don't be a bully. Don't be the one who, projects your opinions and what you're not dealing with. Um, I believe I discussed this in my Neptune and Aries podcast. I represent that I recommend that you go listen to that because it's so in depth. Like I talked about, taking responsibility for your actions and not projecting it onto others. So if I were to feel overwhelmed and drained, I will draw those healthy boundaries in that way. Similar to that, another way of saying it is being pulled down. Like being just your energy drops, like you're feeling so good about yourself and what you've done, so confident, so proud of it, so proud of it. Like think of, when you're so proud of something, when you feel good about a product that you put out, a video that you put out, a creation that you put out, especially if it's creative, and then somebody comes in and gives it a negative criticism or a uh y- or a just something very, very mean, then it really, really, it does take you down. It does lower your vibration. It does drain your energy. So that's what I mean being pulled down by you in particular. This song is a message to you. It is not a message to the people in my real life who have a lot of compassion when they give criticisms and understanding, hopefully. I would think, obviously. This is specifically for you. So I don't want you to get that confused. Um, and I won't let it get to me, as I clearly said. I won't take it personally. Like, I will not take what you say personally. Maybe, I mean, I don't want to get too complicated. I won't take it personally. That's just as simple as that. Any negative thing that you might say in my videos, I won't take it personally. I won't do it for myself and not anybody else. That's very, very clear in the song. I do get the sense that you are alive. Like, think of, I keep going back to this Night at the Museum. If you've ever seen that movie, think about this, particularly the Smithsonian. Like, the exhibits were alive. Like, everything was alive. Everyone had a spirit, a soul. They were alive. They were talking, they were moving, even though they were exhibits. But there were some negatives because one of them wanted the main character um killed, and that's negatively, you know, idealistic to think about. That's negatively imaginative to think about because exhibits don't come alive in a museum and try to end your life. And so, in the movie, there's, all these negative, very, very tumultuous um, very difficult things that have happened, but it's all not realistic. It is all, I don't want to say an illusion, but it could be not realistic. Like it's not, material, even though it is. It's like a computer is material, even though on the internet it's immaterial. Like, and there's something negative. I want to use the word negatively beloved about that. Negatively, negatively imaginative about that. I want to throw that word in here. You know, for example, when I feel that you are alive when you comment under my videos, like I get that sense that when you comment, you are alive and you are saying this and you are responding. And that doesn't have to be a bad thing, but when it gets to be a bad thing, when it gets to be you're alive where I seriously feel drained and overwhelmed and I really um hurt or taken aback by or surprised in a negative way by what you're saying, then I do feel that you are alive and that's unhealthy. Like, the internet is just, where everyone can see you, but it's not real. It's not like humans interacting with you in your daily life. It's written words, it's written comments, people that you don't interact with, people that you cannot see. And so, um, it's the negative that I don't like. It's the negative. The positive, yes, I do like the positive, but the negative, I don't like. I don't like the negative, aspects of that, of the comments. Like that's obvious, and I think that would be common for anyone. The critical, the ones that are critical, the ones that are judgy, judging my things like, oh, you should edit yourself, you should get to the point, or oh, you should calm down, or oh, you should be correct about this, or you should emphasize this point more, or you should go in depth on this more. You're not deep enough, or you're too deep. Like these types of things, I will, um, not let it get to me. Like those are the critical. I want to talk about the not at all. This is where it comes up. I said this in the video about monetization and YouTube play buttons. I watched it and it's going, I don't want you to see this genuinely because I don't want you to see it. Not that you don't want you to see it. I didn't want it for myself. Because there were some parts that I was like, ew, this is embarrassing. This is inappropriate. This is not necessary in the video. So I edited and got rid of that. And because of that, I don't want to see the negative comments. Like I'm telling you, if I edit videos, if I edit videos, like I sit down and I go through the video, editing one piece after another very, very selectively, and I watch it and I do all those things, then I don't need the negativity. I don't need the negativity when I sit down and I'm totally aware of that. And that can apply for any video, but particularly the edited ones, and you'll kind of know which videos are edited and which are not. I think you'll be able to determine that and discern that for yourself. Sometimes I get these weird comments. Like today, I got a weird comment about something that had nothing to do with my video at all. And it's been happening several times. Like, who are you to comment something that has nothing to do with the video, the topic at all? Like, I brought up no references to Christianity or Buddhism or or this historical event or this particular person. Like I brought up no references to any of those things, and yet you're commenting on it. I didn't get that. So um the not at all. And I will not this this feels very, very difficult to for difficulty with my Libra moon. My Libra moon wanting to be very kind and open and very harmonious with others. My Aries sun will be assertive, but my Libra moon is not things. I only say associate with people that are not in alignment with my values. And I edited this out, and I'm going to say this again. Like on YouTube, there are people that make videos like I did this, or I survived on a boat for 3 days, or I won $100,000 at this event, or I dated this person. I have zero interest in that. And that tells me just by the title, I don't. associate with that. Like those people are not aligned with what I value, with what I am interested in, with what I would be inclined to watch. Um, and nor are the ones who make themselves appear like, well, I want to be specific about the type of person that I'm referring to. People around my age, probably younger, teenagers, adolescents, male ones, that show who they are through their comments, like using words like bro or dude, for instance. Like that alone is what I say when I'm referring to like I don't associate with. Like the ones who are into astrology or spirituality seriously, the ones who follow like Molly McCord or the Dalai Lama or Saguru, I don't think that those are those people. I don't think that those people would use those terms and those slangs and would comment like that. I don't think those people would be those who I wouldn't associate with. But I have to draw the boundary with that, as I'm saying. When I feel good about something, I will probably feel good about every, possibly mostly the videos that I put out there. I don't need anyone dragging me down or sucking my vibration, killing my vibe, lowering my vibration when I'm feeling so good. Like I feel so good, and then somebody comments like about something like, "Oh, now I don't feel so good about it anymore, and I feel bad about this video," and then I judge myself. I judge myself and I get hard on myself because this other person commented this, and then it gets me down. I take it personally, and then I get dragged down by that when I feel so great about what I produced. Everything that I produce, I'm confident. Confident is not just I'm confident in this video, but I'm just confident as just a general term, not me showing myself up as confident or sounding confident, like really enthusiastic, but I'm confident, like I'm sure of myself. I believe in myself. Like I'm sure and I'm serious about the content that I produce. And everything is authentic. As I've kind of stated before, I produce authentic. That's what I create on my channel. That's what I put out there. I have thicker skin. Like having thicker skin is not being so hurt by everybody else. Having thicker skin is um just being very resilient towards any hurt or any pain or any criticism or anything like that. Like I may have not have had the thickest skin in the past, but I am working on developing that thick skin as an Aries Sun and a Taurus North node, who's like the Scorpio South node is like so stuck into. I have the Scorpio South node in the 11th house, other people's values, other people's stuff, and everything like that, sucking me down, taking me off path. Taurus, focus on myself, mind my own business, as generally speaking, do it for myself. Be true to my values. Like that's North Node and Taurus. And I do want to make a separate video about North Node and Taurus because I almost love the placement in my chart. It is like one of my favorite placements in my natal chart. I really like my Aries Sun and my Mars and Gemini. I really like. I really like my North Node and Taurus, and I want to do a video on that. Not and if you expect me to, and I change my mind, that's going to happen. And if you just simply say, "I thought you were going to do this video," link, you see the video, you hear it, and you get the message. Um, So I will live with something that's called from the inside out and not the outside in. And even if you comment under this video saying, "Oh, you're so defensive," link, that's, how it will be. Um, and I may change my mind. I may not feel like I need the link. So even that is not a complete promise. But that is what I'm saying because I want to promise that because I want to do that. Living from the inside out versus the outside in. Living from the outside in is allowing all the world's troubles and everybody's opinions of you and judging you and everything like that. Like Pam Gregory, the astrologer, introduced the term to me of living from the outside in, as opposed to, what she was referring to is the news. Or I should say, an astrologer that I follow. I'm not naming the person. I'm not going to apologize because that was authentic and that came out of me at the moment. And I'm not going to apologize for that. That's kind of one of the points I'm expressing, so going right along with that. So, um, living from the inside out, on the other hand, is not allowing the world to get the better of you and affect how you, come out and present yourself, but from I am being in my power. I am being connected with myself. I am in my sovereignty. I am in my autonomy. And I am speaking from the inside out. I'm not allowing the world. I'm putting what is inside of myself, which is going on, that's true for me, out there. So that's what I will do in my life. So it's not healthy to live from the outside in, or I will try to do. And I will do and it will be the same for comments and videos. Like this, and I want to make it clear, this is fun for me. Like this is entertainment. And when it gets personal, when it becomes, oh, it's a public thing. Oh, it's something that I have to please others and satisfy the community. Like no. This is for me because I want to share it. I want to grow an audience with it. Um, and if I were to take it personally, it would take away from that. And I don't need something fun to turn into something so personal and do without like it reminds me of a movie that I was seeing called The Indian in the Cupboard. And there was this one scene where this kid was playing around with this Indian small uh like miniature person in a magical cupboard where it would come alive. And then apparently there was something so human about it where it was something so negatively personally beloved, where the Indian was saying, well, you don't understand how humans work and you've disrupted and interrupted their lives at the place that they were. Um, because all of them had their own place. When you bring them to life, they're, in the place that he brought them to life in. And I can bet you that he felt drained and took it very, very personally and then got down on himself and felt very, very guilty. Like, it's that kind of feeling. Like, when you feel it's like a draining feeling where like you feel drained and sucked in guilt and like you've hurt somebody and like you've done wrong in that kind of way. Like I don't need to feel that and I will not allow you, or I don't want you to make me feel that kind of feeling. So in that way, he was making that he was living from the outside in, in that kind of way. So I think maybe that's a little bit more to explain. I do want to go on. You won't break me down. If I have a message to say, like the whole AI thing I was talking about, the point I brought up about, picking your battles in the Neptune and Aries video, the whole point about the points I was emphasizing in my Jupiter and video, my placement, my truth, my insights, my experience combined with the things I've learned about it. Like that's the kind of thing in particular, and other things that you won't break that down. Like you won't break me down in that kind of way. And I may realize that I may be doing that. Um, okay, so when I'm in the wrong, like you won't break me down, you won't do that when I am in the wrong. Like I am the only one who is to be aware of that. My inner critic or my inner authority should tell me, oh, that's wrong. Oh, oh, you shouldn't have done that. That's it. I don't need anybody on the internet telling me oh, that's wrong. You should have done this, like, in a blaming kind of way, in a critical kind of way, like in a, or could have done this, like that kind of thing. I mean, you can think of this song as kind of like a battle cry, like me standing up for myself, me being assertive and stepping into my area's energy, which I really, really want to acknowledge here. In that case, I will stand up very proud and strong. Like I will, I won't go off and fight the comment if the person comments. Like, if it's not worth my time, breath, and energy to respond, I won't respond. If it's not worth my time, breath, and energy to engage in, I won't allow myself to engage in it. Of course, I have to see it, of course, to whether I want to engage in it or not. But um, like I will stand proud and strong in myself and in what I want to create. In my past videos, before I just bring this up in my next podcast, because I probably will, and I want to bring this up now so that you don't have to hear that in my Lunar Eclipse in Virgo podcast episode coming up this Friday. I have noticed that I have apologized. Like, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hurt you. I didn't mean to make you feel bad if this placement. Like, I'm sorry if my bias thing. I'm like, um, I need to catch myself with that. I need to really seriously be aware of that because that could continue, and I could be doing that as a habit more and more to the point where I'm covering up my authentic voice, authentic self-expression, what I want to create. Like I don't create content, just it doesn't make sense for the content that I create to be private. It makes sense for it to be public. Like it just makes sense. And it's just how I want it. Um, and I won't, apologize for what I say in my videos. Like it's, I say it with intention. Like you have to understand, my Mercury is in Taurus. I mean what I say and I say what I mean. Like I speak with deliberation, purpose, and I don't need anyone to, you know, defeat that or, try to, go in and, give me an ethical battle or ethical dilemma, questioning my own sense of right and wrong, my own sense of awareness, like making me feel like right and wrong when I know that I'm right and wrong in what I said. Like, that kind of thing is what I mean here. Um, I will not apologize for that. I will also not, cover up and hold in my true feelings about something or hold in an experience that has happened to me, even though it may be totally unrelated to the video to the point where I feel like I want to include that. Like if I'm doing a thing about Neptune and Aries and something about the South Node in Sagittarius comes up, I'll bring it up. I will bring it up and talk about it because that's important. That came up. I want to talk about it. Like I won't hold that back. I won't cover that up. I won't cover up what my true feelings, what my true opinions are about things. That's what I mean here. And I think a common thing is when people say, well, edit yourself. I will not try to edit myself. Even though it is technically right and ethical to do, there was this one person that followed me that made a video called Apology and Correction. And I trust and I think that she only did that from her heart because she genuinely felt bad. And it is a public thing after all. And she genuinely did that. Oh, but it gets very, very difficult though, because you really, really have to be careful because then you start confusing what you want to do from your heart to then letting others get you. Like it's just so like you have to be so very mindful of that on social media. But she, I don't blame her at all. She felt from her heart that she wanted to give that apology for something that she said in one of her videos that was wrong or mean. Um, but here's the thing. A person commented that, well, even if it's like right, with it saying like you're wrong. You said this wrong. You should not have said this. This was mean to say. This was hurtful to say. She did that because of a comment that she got, not because she went in and realized that she was wrong. She felt uncomfortable with it, and so she made that video. That's, what I mean by taking it personally, and I don't think that I'm going to be doing that. And like I was ranting on my Instagram stories and going off, and there's disadvantages to doing that. And I certainly felt bad, and I certainly was embarrassed of myself seeing it was a public thing. And so from my heart, from my own initiative, I made a video saying, I'm sorry. I didn't want to do this. I feel bad for this. This won't happen again. Like I'm changing that. And I did that not because of what somebody said to me online or a comment that somebody said, but from me because I recognize it and all that kind of thing like that. So, editing myself when it comes to editing the points I want to make, like cutting out the authenticity, cutting out the soul of what I want to say because of somebody else, because somebody else shouldn't hear that, or that's not appropriate to say that when I feel it is. That's not right to say that when I feel it is. When I should edit myself to just I want to go as far as kind of going in extreme direction here, and even that, pleasing others. Like even the little cover-ups like that. Like that still, that's a kind of habit that I need to be mindful of that I'm not, getting into the muck of that and doing that all the time because I could be doing that constantly and that would be annoying for me to listen to, probably annoying for you to listen to after all, and that would be covering up and editing my authentic voice. And I'm not going to edit or cut out when I say, as I kind of already emphasized, when it's so difficult to do that because I want to express my authentic self. And I think that it's thing that emphasizes this, like you will not, if it happens, you will not dampen my flames. You will not rain on my parade. Again, when I'm feeling really good about something, you won't rain on my parade. Like that won't happen. You won't limit my creativity, like by having me edit myself or having me or telling me I should um you, focus on the facts only, or not give this example, or not go off on your life because it gets off topic, like those kind of things. That's my creative energy. That's what I want to produce, and I will not allow anyone online to limit me from doing that. And a very, very powerful lyric that I made very emphasized in the song is "You will not keep me from me being me," just me, my authentic self in general. If you say something like your opinions that you say in the comments, I'll know from the comments your opinions, the negative ones, the really critical ones, those comments will not break me. Those comments will not break me. I won't criticize or I don't curse or anything like I would do that to positive comments, of course, but the real negative ones, I may block. I mean, that's an option. I mean, that's an option. I mean, when I heard that, I was like, wow, okay, I have the freedom to do that and I can do that. Wow, okay. I will consider that and maybe I will do that. Like seriously, I'm dead serious and I'm going to kind of defend myself on that. Um, um, and so, okay. So your opinions of me, the negative opinions of me, like the way I look, the way I sound. Oh gosh, good thing I fixed I had like you can't tell, but I had a speech impediment growing up. I couldn't pronounce my R sounds properly. I said stowed instead of stirred. I said showed instead of short. Like, and I corrected that because I genuinely wanted to because I was speaking inconsistently and I thought, well, I need to correct this. So I did that. Thank goodness I did, because then I'd feel real uncomfortable on YouTube. So timing, like the divine timing was good, right? In that case. But your opinions of me will not, you know, break me in a way. That's what the song is expressing. Your words will not impact me. Like I will see the words, I'll observe the words, I will naturally consider the words, but they will not impact me in a way which again limits my content. Like maybe they will impact me in a positive way, like like feeling real good about something, then I feel good about myself. And even that is going to put me on a pedestal, make me feel very good. And then, well, you could say making the videos only for wanting to get those comments again, and making videos only to get those positive comments, to get that validation of those positive comments, to get that validation of those saying, you're so good. Like, even that is an example of impact. I appreciate the kind comments, but I won't allow that to, get the better of just me producing videos for the sake of doing it, and not seeking that validation from the external, and not confusing my values in that way. So both positive and negative words. And that, as I described in my post in that song about the written word, a song about intellectual attraction, how I define intellectual attraction, how I define the voices in my head and all that. Like, when you comment, those voices show up and I hear them, and those voices are alive, and they make you all the more alive in writing. Like, they're human, but they're not human. I don't think I emphasize that in the song. Like, they're human, they're real, but then they're inside me, like they're inside my head. And so I kind of learned to like them. Like, they were annoying and I didn't, like them, and they were interfering and I thought they were just weird. But I learned to like them and make friends with them. And so that's what that song expressed. So often for your feelings about things, how what you put into things to combine with my feelings, and that's a natural thing for Moon and Libra. Like, I have my Moon in Libra. Others' opinions of me really, really affect me because Libra is an other sign. And others' things that others say in comments or whatever, I project onto them because they are saying it. Like, somebody said that I was screaming and yelling in a video, and on a TikTok video, I specifically said, you're going to hear me screaming and yelling in this video, and that's not how I truly felt, or that I'm manic. I don't view that I'm manic. That's how this person thought that I was manic, and that's not truly how I perceive myself. And I presented that in a video. So I will be a stone, like I will be a solid, strong stone, and I will not let it get to me. What I create and I will share will be for me, not for anybody else. That's again the point that I want to emphasize. This video was long because I have a lot to say and I want to give you the message from the song, and I want to feel like I want to well explain that so that you can understand what I mean by all of this. And the link for the song is below. The link to this video will be in the song as well, so that you can hear it. And anyway, that's all for now, and that I believe I want to get off now, and I don't have anything more to do or say. So I think that that concludes this video.